Hello everyone, Randy here. Today we're going to be working on building some shelves here for the basement. I picked up a load of scrap wood here a couple of weeks ago, and I'm hoping this will work here for this project here. Recording on the GoPro here again today. By the way, I took off the case with the microphone on it, so I'm hoping without that case on, Evan, that the sound will be a little bit better here. That microphone sounded great, Evan, when I was facing right at it. But, when I'm not facing right at it and I've got, maybe I'm talking behind the camera or something, Evan, then that microphone obviously did not do well. So, and a lot of times, as you folks have seen, a lot of times I am behind the camera rather than in front of the camera. So, we're going to see how that goes here today. Like I said, again, recording this on the GoPro, everyone. We are in a little bit of a dark situation here in the garage. I was hoping to do this project here outside, but the weather here is not exactly cooperating with us here today. So we're going to be probably mostly under the cover of the garage here today. Anyway, let me show you folks what we got for wood here, and then hopefully we're going to get started building these shelves here. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work yet, so we'll see once how it goes. Okay, so here's the wood that we got to work with here. It is mostly all painted. It is all scrap wood that was removed from something else. I haven't measured it yet, but I'm guessing it looks like it's roughly 48 by 48, maybe give or take a little bit there. So these are not full sheets of plywood, but they are, looks like 3/4 inch thick. And again, I haven't measured that, but this looks to all be 3/4 inch plywood. So this should be some nice, good, heavy material here for some shelving. And I'm not even sure how many pieces I have here. I just took everything that was like this. So we got, what do we got? 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19? Looks like 19 sheets if I'm counting correctly there. So hopefully this will work. What I'm thinking, we're probably going to end up cutting these sheets in half for the shelves. And then I'm also probably going to try to use this for the side supports as well, I thought. Unless either that we use some 2x4s. I got lots of 2x4s laying here as well. So again, I'm not entirely sure how these shelves are going to be built yet. We're going to kind of figure it out as we go with what we have on hand here. Okay, so let's get some measurements here first, see what we're working with. Again, I'm guessing 48, about 47 3/4. I'm guessing this way is probably going to be 48 then. Yep, that is 48. Possibly just whoever cut these, I'm guessing they cut them in half, probably, maybe ½ inch off or something like that. That'd be my theory here. Suppose we could check the bottom here just to see what's, are we square at least? Yeah, 47 1/4 and 47 1/4. So at least we're square. So question is, Evan, should I cut the shelves this way or should I cut the shelves this way? You know what? I think that's going to depend on, Evan. Let's see what the rest of these measure here. Because if it's all 48, I'd probably rather cut the shelves this way, and that way I've got a constant measurement this way. This is always 48, so the length of the shelf will always be 48. The depth of the shelf, Evan, if we're a ½ inch short on the depth, I don't think that's going to matter as much, right? But being like a ½ inch short, this shelf is a ½ inch shorter than that, or a narrower, that probably would not be a good thing. Well, I just finished measuring. Interestingly enough, they all seem to be about 47 1/4, so whoever cut these must have cut them to exactly 47 1/4 and then left like the last, what would that be? Like 1.5 or inch or so and throwing that away, I guess, or something. Kind of weird, whatever. Don't matter. I think we'll still stick with the original plan of it. So I need 47 1/4 divided by 2 will then be the depth of my shelves, I think. Now, I could do the math to figure that out, or the one thing I like about these Lufkin tape measures, so again, we're 47 1/4 there, like exactly, and that'll be 23 5/8. So half of them, again, will be 23 5/8. In the red here on this tape measure, that tells you what the half measurement is. So if you're measuring 47 1/4, half of that is 23 5/8. Don't even have to do the math, Evan. How do you like that? So 23 5/8, plus we need to factor in the width of our blade, which is probably, what are they, usually around 1/8 of an inch here or so. So we need to take basically a 1/16 off of that measurement. I think, right? Yeah, 1/16 off. So we split a 1/16 either way, and that should get us what we're looking for. So let's get the table saw set up here. We'll cut our first one and see how we end up. let's see how we did on the cuts here. So we got the two pieces, 23 and that's like 3/8, a healthy 3/8, so like a 16th over 3/8. Okay, that's probably not a good thing because this one is going to be 23 3/4 then. Okay, how did we end up being like an 1/8 of an inch off here? Did this saw get bumped here or something? No, we're still, oh, yeah, the saw did get bumped. That's interesting. I had it at 23 and a little over 5/8. Now we're 23 and less than a half. Okay, well, let's, again, this is why I'm using the 48 here for the width. Width? Yeah, right? Length? Width. What's width of the shelf? Let's call it the width of the shelf. The depth will be the depth of the shelf there. So, 48 still good. We're just going to have a couple shelves that are going to stick out. We'll have to see if we can adjust the saw here a little bit more. See if we get that a little bit closer. Okay, so far, first shelf, Evan, I've been doing some thinking here for the last couple minutes. Like, do I just leave the, the bare shelf right on the concrete? So we have an unfinished basement here, by the way. And it's they call it a Michigan basement. I don't know if that's what they call it around the rest of the country or not, but at least in Michigan here, they call what we have a Michigan basement. It's unfinished. So, do I start the first shelf, if you will, right on the floor, or do I raise it up off the floor? I'm thinking because we have an unfinished basement with the potential to get water in there, I think we're going to raise the first shelf up off the floor. Also, because we're going right on concrete oven, I'm using treated wood here. So typically, anytime you make contact with concrete oven, you always want to use treated lumber when you make contact with it. So we got a piece of treated 2x6 here. Again, I was just going through what I had on hand here, Evan, and found this piece. So that'll raise it up about 5.5 inches off the floor there. I have 2x4 as well, but it's like, I think I'd like to be a little bit higher. So that way when you clean the basement oven, you can actually like get under it, clean under it somewhat anyway, right? And then this will put a nice, like I said, we lose 5.5 inches, but I think that is okay sacrifice to make. So first shelf at 5.5 inches, we'll cut, I'm thinking probably 3 pieces at 23.5 here or so. Okay, because we're going into plywood here, we'll make sure we pre-drill everything. And we are going into a 2x6 here, so we got some space. Okay, that should be more than strong here. Again, this will be the first shelf. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good here so far. We'll go ahead and cut another piece of plywood here and start working our way up. Okay, we're going to try something a little bit different here for cutting this next piece here. I cut the last piece on the table saw there, but again, my table saw is really not big enough for like full-size sheets of plywood here. So I'm going to use the track saw here, see if that works any better. Again, these are only like 4x4, but still, trying to cut a full 4x4 on there. Not the easiest, so let's see how this does this time. Well, aside from where I didn't have it locked over there, that seemed like that worked quite nicely. A lot easier to cut it that way, everyone. I do notice it is chipping out here, so hopefully the other side is better. It would make sense, because we're basically cutting it the opposite way of a table saw, right? So the other side might end up being our good side here this time around then. Okay, I just finished making some measurements of the shelves we already have inside the house there, just to see how tall I need to make the first shelf here. It looks like about 20 inches should be good here. And then I'm probably going to go about 10 for every shelf after that. Mainly looking, at least for this first set anyway, to put our canned goods on, and the canned goods are roughly about 8 inches tall, so I figure going about every 10 or so. That should be pretty good for those. Give us a little extra, right? Not real tight. Debating if I need a middle support here yet. Well, I think we'll get the first one on, and then we'll see what's here. Because, you know, again, if we start putting canned goods on here, you know, 24 by 48 shelf, that's a lot of weight there. So I'm thinking, and that's why I put the middle support under there too. I'm thinking we're probably going to want a middle support on this. But we'll see how it looks here first. Let me cut two 20-inch long pieces here, and then we'll get the shelf along the top and see how we're looking. Okay, we got both side pieces cut here. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite tools here, the old Craig jig here. We're going to cut a couple of pocket holes in here. I'm thinking probably like 6 along here, so we'll do 2, 2, and then 2. And then same thing on the other side here. And we'll screw this down. Now I only have 2.5-inch long screws for this. I might have to get some 1.5s or something, because I'm thinking the 2.5s are probably going to be a little bit long, especially when you get up to the next level here and we start doing probably the same type of thing here. So anyway, we'll start with this and see where we end up. Always amazes me how strong of a connection those pocket screws make there. And we just got 3 sets of 2 across there. Okay, we'll do the same thing on that side. Well, Evan, we're starting to lose our light outside here, so we got the old garage door opener here. That's about all the light we have in the garage here at the moment. Just finished putting the top, well, not the top, the next shelf on, let's call it that. The next shelf on here. And like I said, I think the next shelf I'm going to cut about 10 inches here. And that'll be our next one, and then we'll probably do another. However, the current shelves are 66 inches tall, and so probably whatever gets us up to about that's how many more shelves I will put in here. So we'll start by cutting some 10-inch side panels here. And then, like I said, too, I don't think I have the pocket hole screws I need for this, so that might be where this project stops right here. We'll see once here when we get to this next level if I can even complete this or not. But anyway, let's, well, you know what? I think I need to cut more of these here because this is all I have, right? There's 2 here. Nope, there's just 1 there. Okay, so I need to cut more of those. Fortunately, it started raining outside of them, so I might have to move my my setup in the garage here Yeah, this is not very much work. You know what? Oh yeah, I can move that saw back and I can move this all back. That'll work. Okay, got it figured out. Okay, I got both my 10-inch side pieces cut here. Got one there, the next one's here. I just finished putting pocket holes in this one. And again, the only size screw I have are these 2.5 inches, which I think are going to be too long. I'm going to try it here first, but I suspect it's going to go through and blow out this other side here. So I'm just going to try the one, and we're in the back here. At least I'm planning on this being the back, because I got the front side is all the painted side here, at least mostly so far. So let's see how this works here. And this is probably we're going to have to quit, I bet, everyone. Oh yeah, folks, I think I detect another problem here. Screws, yeah, okay. Let's try the next hole over. Yep, that screw has started to come through, Evan, so I'm not going to go any further. We're going to stop right there. I need, I don't know, what length would I need here? An 1.25 inches maybe? Because I'm not sure. What do we got? Maybe a 1/2 inch there plus 3/4. So yeah, inch or 1.25 inches is probably what I need here, I bet, everyone. Okay, well, I think that's what we're going to have to call it here for tonight. How's that for some ominous lighting there, everyone? Got the light right above me here. Anyway, like I said, I think we're going to have to wrap it up here for tonight. That's as far as I can go. I don't have any other screws here for the crank jig. I'll have to stop by the hardware store, see if I can get some shorter screws here. Like I said, I don't know, either inch, 1.25 inches, probably somewhere in there if I had a guess. So with that, everyone, thanks for watching. If folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And hopefully we'll pick this video up here again tomorrow. Building these shelves here once I get some more screws. So again, thanks for watching, and till next time.